misdirect, my boy. And if you need a couple, I'm to connect, my boy, off the top.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it on the road, on the curve, on the block. I was already sold, I don't work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, that meant a lot. Whenever she calls, do what I gotta do. I'm moving with a two, I paid it out of full.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding it like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, to look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Second and 2 now. The penalty leaves him in pretty good shape. McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Herbert on 1st down now. And that's going to be incomplete. Boy. Intercepted right away. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on third and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second down, here's an option right. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. Throwing out left and finding Likely. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Ravens at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
Herbert off of play action. Going deep downfield for Ross. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Romeo Doubs, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now 21-7.
Chargers 21, Ravens 7. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
He's got a man complete. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Charlie Kohler, 85 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Tucker with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he returns this to the 22. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the gun, Herbert on third down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for L.A. 62 yards. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Second and goal from the 6 this time. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Again, McCaffrey, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Quality coverage that time to slow down what's been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing is Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
No, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens are back within a score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they're within 7 now, 28-21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Charger drive about to get going. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now Brown. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. Complete to Likely. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time you wait for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. On target to his man, Likely. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And Jackson throwing once more. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have it here just past the 25. We don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Play action. It's Herbert going deep downfield for Ross. And that's caught inside the 35. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run right on the option. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On second and a couple, Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ross. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before the break for Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Dalton Schultz in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Ravens 21. Will Lutz set to kick off.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Taken from about the 12.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando. We check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, But above all, play your game.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Slot man moves right. Second and 5 now. Herbert got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out.
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. John Ross, 47 yards. And the Chargers take a 3-touchdown lead. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
On 3rd down, Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Again, Jackson. He's got a man complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 48 yards. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Romeo Doubs with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Ravens take over the 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Jackson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here... And now here is another interception. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
He's going deep for Brown. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson now. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
And the Chargers first down.
Herbert. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Chargers. Jalen Waddle, 53 yards. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. Play action. Now Jackson. Right side. There's Likely with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Jackson will throw again. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He's going deep for Brown. Touchdown! A great play there. 51 yards. And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. The slot man in motion right. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The gut, McCaffrey. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
But with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's in.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the 1st down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the 1st down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense.
And that's caught inside the 30. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 71 yards.
And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 96 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lightning speed there on the sack from the corner, Duke Dawson. The partner under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere...
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas